So let's get right into it. We're always thinking about success, right? And usually we think about what we need to add to our lives. More skills, more grind, more stuff. But what if the real secret, the real key to moving forward, is actually about what you need to give up? Today, we're going to break down 3 things you need to let go of to finally make some real progress.
You know this feeling, I'm sure of it, where you're just busy all the time. You're putting in the hours, you're doing the work, but when you stop and look around, you realize you haven't actually gone anywhere. It's like being on a treadmill. You're sweating, you're tired, but the scenery never changes. It's super frustrating, for sure, but there is a way out.
And this is the core idea, right here. Progress isn't always about piling more on your plate. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is subtract. It's about lightening the load, dropping the baggage that's been slowing you down so you can finally pick up some speed. So what is this baggage? What are we supposed to be leaving behind? Well, let's get into the 3 big keys for unlocking your true potential.
All right, first up, and this one is huge. You have to ditch the excuses. This is about making a fundamental shift in your mindset, from pointing fingers to taking complete and total ownership of your life.
Just look at the difference here. When you're making excuses, what are you really doing? You're blaming something or someone else, which leads to doing nothing, inaction, and it's all fueled by fear. But when you flip the switch to responsibility, well, that leads to ownership. Ownership drives you to take action, and that action is powered by courage. It's like upgrading the entire operating system for your life. The source material just nails it with this line. It's not just accept your responsibility, it's embrace it. Pull it in close. And don't just run from your fears. Turn around and face them. That moment right there is where everything starts to change.
And this flows perfectly into our second key, breaking bad habits. This is all about getting off autopilot and starting to live with intentionality. It's about realizing that the little things we do every single day, well, they create our entire reality.
Now let's be clear about what we mean by a toxic habit. We're not just talking about the obvious stuff. A toxic habit is literally any repeated behavior that's boxing you in. It could be procrastinating on that big project. It could be that negative voice in your head. It could even be mindlessly scrolling on your phone for hours instead of creating something. If it's holding you back, it counts.
And this is the part you really need to let sink in. Our habits aren't just things we do on the side. They're actually the architects building who we are. Every single time you repeat an action, it's like you're casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be.
And that brings us to our third and final key. And honestly, this might be the toughest one to really get right. It's about giving up your fear of failure. This is about completely changing your relationship with setbacks and instead using them to build some serious resilience.
So think about it like this. This is a totally new way to see failure. Most of us see step 2, the stumble, as the end of the road. Game over. But in this news cycle, it's just a data point. The real magic happens in step 3, finding the lesson. Because that lesson is what makes your next attempt, step 4, even better. See? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of the process.
This all leads to a really profound idea, one that can totally change how you see both your wins and your losses. It starts with this.
And it ends with this powerful truth. Failure is not fatal. Man, that's a game changer. It means you can fall down and get back up. It means one loss, one mistake doesn't define who you are. It gives you the freedom and the courage to try again, because you know that no single outcome is the end of the story.
So, we've laid out the 3 keys: giving up excuses, getting rid of toxic habits, and letting go of the fear of failure. The big question now becomes, which one of these keys are you going to use to unlock your path forward?
Because when you boil it all down, it's about a choice. It's an active choice you have to make. Are you going to choose the power that comes with responsibility over the temporary comfort of an excuse? Are you going to choose deliberate, purposeful actions over just drifting along with bad habits? And are you going to choose the incredible strength of resilience over being paralyzed by the fear of failure?
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. You don't have to change everything all at once. That's not how this works. Just pick one. Look at these 3 keys and be really honest with yourself. Which one, if you started using it today, would make the biggest difference in your life? That's it. That's your first step.